What up?
Yo.
Yo.
Who was that flying?
That.
That's all our guest.
That's
our guest.
flying.
Yeah, I know.
That's our buddy Martin.
And it fit that song surprisingly.
It totally did. I was thinking the same thing, dude.
Right?
Everything fits Airwolf.
Airwolf never lets you down. Come on.
I think you could put Airwolf on anything.
Yeah. It won't let us down.
You could have every edit be Airwolf, and people would get really fucking annoyed, but none of them would be terrible by themselves.
Exactly. Yo, so this is our guest, Martin Novak.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Tell us a little bit about
Shit Show.
Tell you guys about myself. Martin Novak, host of the FLYLIFE podcast, FLYLIFE on all social media. I've been flying since like 2015, and these days I just fly for a living between cinematic like FPV chase stuff and collecting data for people, which is so boring but pays really well. It's like mowing the sky.
Mowing the sky.
Yeah, and I live in Pittsburgh, Kansas. Recently moved here from Longmont, Colorado.
Yeah, well, that sounds like you got an interesting little gig going on down there.
Yeah, definitely. Pretty chill, man. Like I went from a town of like 100,000 to a town of like 13,000, so it's pretty chill.
Yeah. Well, being in Longmont, like you're almost. I mean, I still call that shit Denver anyway.
Yeah, that's Denver.
Yeah, it's like when I was a kid growing up there, because I lived in Colorado all my life. It was like there was farm fields between Longmont and Denver, and now it's like Amazon, outlet mall, all the shit just up I-25.
Right.
Yo, so where were you flying there in that video that we airwolfed?
That was just outside of Eureka Springs, Arkansas. I took a 6-day camping trip with my family to some cabins, and we just stayed a little ways off that lake, and I got out there and ripped it a few times, but that was like my longest, most cohesive line.
Oh man, it's a nice one.
I've got some family that lives in Eureka Springs. I need to go visit them.
Yeah, that's Leatherwood Lake if you need a place to rip.
Wow.
Leatherwood Lake. That's a badass lake name.
Yeah.
Well, there you are. Found you.
Yep. It was such a perfect place to post up. Just like a little bit off the water, get great video and everything everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah. It was it looks like an awesome place.
Right here. This was the only spot I was like, I don't know about this. Right here, you're like, what are you? You got an Immortal T? What are you running?
I got an Immortal L setup.
Immortal L. Oh, you were fine then.
Yeah, dude, and it's funny you mentioned.
He's fine either way.
Is that like an Immortal T that you dropped and you broke?
I've dropped out null to null, like kind of next to.
I've never done that yet. I've watched people do it, but I haven't
done that so many times. That's why I switched to the Immortal L, and I got the TBS Diamond because I hit my null zones like 6 times in a year, and I was like, right, I'm done with this shit.
Yeah, I would say 6 times in a year is about the same amount I hit mine.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Are you still using just the T on your transmitter, Enoch?
No, on the transmitter I run the TBS Diamond, vertical orientation.
I think that's what Enoch runs too, though.
No, I got the Diamond too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know I run the True RC antennas, but dude, I've never had a dropout turning 90. Like I've seen it go down, but I've never had a dropout.
Yeah, the worst places I've ever had it happen, or like most consistently, is flying down railroad tracks. Like standing on the edge of the tracks with the null zones pointed out, because I used to run an Immortal T just mounted on the bottom arm, on the back bottom arm, and then it would just be like perfect null zone.
Yeah.
I had one where it dropped right on the cliff, and then my buddy rappelled off the cliff to get it. So
I think the biggest thing is that if you get a ways above yourself, that null zone gets a lot smaller to hit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
but then the video doesn't look cool.
It's like big mountains.
You got to get close to shit.
Yeah.
When it's big mountains, like you're gonna be up high, and I think you're a lot better. But
yeah, in the mountains, it's like what Trappy mentioned it one time. It's like for every 6 inches, your shit's higher, you get like X amount more range. And so like flying up a mountain, especially with video and stuff in Colorado, like I would run 200 milliwatts and get like a half mile out on like 100, and just crystal clear, no noise. But then
you do that out there where it's flat, and holy cow.
Yeah, it's different, man. I lose video so much faster than I did flying in the mountains.
I could believe it for sure.
All the water there too. The moisture is definitely probably a big
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
Dude. But the air is buttery. Like I
Buttery.
get like 30 seconds more flight time with the elevation change.
Yeah.
Oh, thick. You're like flapping through it.
Yeah.
Gotta risk it for the biscuit. That's right. Taylor drone footage.
And I flew that lake the day before, and it was like it was so glassy I couldn't see the water. So I put the artificial horizon in my OSD with like the degree thing on the side, so I could just look at that because I seriously couldn't see the fucking water.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's a good idea if it worked,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but way better than doing nothing for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Hindsight,
fucking
if I
hate
had to-
flying over water that you can't see. Dude. That shit is
That
so
the
scary.
glassy stuff, it trips you out. You feel like you're not going towards it, then plop.
Yeah, you see like a little like fish come up and make a ripple, and you're like, "Oh shit, I'm way closer than I thought."
Yep. I had one where I thought it was ice, and I thought it was that thin ice right before like it gets thick and then turns white. But what it was thin ice to nothing, and it just transitioned. And then I turned around and I'm like, "Oh fuck, that's all water."
Has anybody here dumped one just in the water doing that? Just straight up like
Not yet.
No.
Not
I
yet.
plopped an early one in the water.
You
Okay.
plopped an early one?
Yeah,
Same here.
it was just
Like 2
it was
hours
an
ago
ugly
in the
one.
toilet.
She was a dirty girl. She needed
Nope.
she needed a bath.
Me and John have gotten pretty lucky with our stuff so far. John sends it way harder than I do with crazier spots, but neither of us have lost anything.
You guys run GPS on your shit?
Not anymore. I got it
yeah,
on one.
yeah, it's like sometimes.
Yeah.
John's a
I got it
king.
I got it on one that I fly now, but that's like I use that one if I'm worried about it, and then the rest of the shit, no.
Yeah.
I think having a good link is more important than having GPS. Like GPS definitely helps, but DVR is most important. Like I won't really send it,
Yeah.
without DVR.
Yeah. It's that
The only one
blueprint.
The only
Yeah.
one I really like is my Wingdab GPS,
Yeah, so you can do the loiter mode.
so you can get the fuck out for a ways too, and
Yeah.
see all that stuff.
So
Yeah,
we can plug it on you, and you're like, hey, you're good.
You're gonna
Yeah,
get sent.
I'm always doing that. Like, yeah, fuck, I don't care. Go ahead, fly. I don't give a shit. Fly on one if you want. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, John's on one, so
Yeah.
yeah,
That
fly on one.
quad I made that video with had it's only a 5-inch, which GPS was overkill, but I had that was like my first GPS flight with it, just looking at the arrow and shit.
Oh, it's okay. So,
No, but
so
dude,
you had return to home, right?
I don't have return to home set up. I just have the
Oh.
arrow.
I got I'll send you my setup.
Dude,
Okay.
John's got the GPS set up, but dude, you got to get the return to home switch dial, dude, and your
Yeah,
fail safe to
right.
return to home.
Yeah.
But when you're in places like that, dude, like it's kind of handy because sometimes you get really turned around if you're not careful.
Yep. And especially too, like, I mean, obviously not anymore, but like dive and shoots, you're like, I thought this was the shoot. And then you're like,
Yeah.
your video starts fading out. And you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I already
That
did,
happened
I
in
did that.
Yeah.
I did that like a week ago. It's the
Dude,
first time. It's the first time in a long time. And my problem was I would have had it saved, but I flew like an asshole and had no battery anyway. So I was just gonna barely make it back, and then I came back the wrong fucking way. So as I was getting back to where I was like, oh fuck, I'm over here. It's like, no, it's too late. So it was like you couldn't even land it. It was just you couldn't get to the ground. So it was just
I did that down in Vegas when we met up with Ben and Kelly. I dove the wrong chute, and I had the return to home switch, and I just blacked out, and I flipped the switch, and it came back.
Yeah.
So sick.
I did that in Norway.
But then me and John were in Moab one time, and my GPS was not working the way it should have, and it made my Epic just full send into Boulder face, and yeah, walked over, man, it was like screaming, like the buzzer was stuck or something. It sounded fucking ugly.
Car alarm.
It was nasty, dude.
Yeah, it was.
It was the worst epic crash I've seen.
And it wasn't my fault. Like, it was the GPS's fault. It was fucking weird.
I couldn't believe you got it back though.
No, it was like in a big canyon, like huge ass canyon, and luckily I made it like just over the edge, kind of by where we parked. It could have been way fucking worse.
Get on that hike game.
Dude, I think
the
John
cool
is
part
the
was we
best
had to hike
hiker
back right to where it was anyway. So
Exactly.
I think- I'm pretty sure John's the best hiker in FPV too.
Yeah. He is, dude.
Like, no joke.
Skyberries is pretty up there.
yeah.
There's a reason you guys haven't lost any drones, and that's John.
Yeah,
We should
for
we should
sure.
do a contest, like just wreck a drone somewhere and be like, all right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Skyberries versus Virgin.
Here's
If I
the
didn't- like the one that I crashed on the way back from fucking Vegas, dude. If I'd have known it was only going to take me 20 minutes to get up there, I'd have fucking just went.
That was pretty good, dude.
I just straight up sent it up the fucking hill. It was like 1,100 feet up, and I made it to the quad in like 20 minutes.
Starkey's asking, my GPS arrow never seems to work right. Do you plug in facing north?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, just if you have the compass up. If you plug in, whatever you plug in direction is north automatically. It's like when you plug in the computer and it's plugged in, and you have either the back or the front, and sometimes you fuck up and it ain't facing away from and you can't figure it out. That's what it does. So if you set it to north, it's kind of like a half-ass compass if it works right.
Gotcha.
Who's faster in a foot race, John or Chris?
Oh,
What kind of
damn.
question is that?
John, do you
Short
swim
range or
six?
long
If
range?
you guys are out hiking and there's a bear, who's getting eaten?
John,
Short range or long range?
John's going to beat me both because I smoke cigarettes.
That was my
Oh,
question.
man.
Does John
It's
smoke?
It's probably the only reason though, because he's been out and you can hike pretty good, dude.
I can
You
keep
get
up.
out there when you want to get out there.
Yeah, I can keep up.
Yeah.
You guys get like that weird tunnel vision and endurance when you lose a quad where you're like, and then you
Oh,
get
yeah.
to it and you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to sit down for a second.
Oh, I brought fucking Spoonie with me on one, dude, that was like not where I wanted it to be.
And then they dropped
And,
Spoonie's quad.
yeah, I went and got mine and we were good, and we brought all our shit in because we were just gonna fly on the way out. I brought another quad in so that if the one that I crashed wasn't flyable, I could fly something on the way out. And then we get to where like we have very little water, not enough. We still have to hike most of the way out. And then we get to a spot to fly, and we're like, yeah, let's fly. And then Spoonie's like, oh, my fucking quad fell off my bag. So we had to hike all the way fucking back to where I lost mine again and get his shit that he dropped.
Damn, Pete.
That's
And when we got out, dude, I think we almost died. Like it was pretty bad. We got to the truck, and I had like a case of water in the truck, but we didn't bring like any with us. So we sat like with the fucking back of the truck open for like 20 minutes, and we drank like 5 bottles of water. We're like just still dizzy and fucked up. Like can't
That's
even-
probably all hot as shit because John's car is black.
It was like 99 degrees, dude. We didn't even get in the car.
fuck.
Yo, Gearhead.
Yeah.
Kush is asking what your shirt says. You want to hold it up closer to the camera?
This is why I asked the question. It says never hike alone in bear country. Always hike with someone you can trip and outrun.
There it goes. There it goes. So,
Oh,
Chris, you're that guy.
Yeah. Rocky Mountain National Park,
I don't know.
where the bears are.
I think me and John are both faster than Spoonie, so I think Spoonie would be.
Even though he's
guy?
taller, he might be right.
Does
Just
he
because-
smoke?
No, but he's
Well-
a lot taller and a little bit lankier.
But his beard will help him blend in with bushes. He might be able to evade.
Yeah, my baby face will make me pop out.
That's the problem. Damn. I think you're gonna make it though.
I'm trying to go up into bear country in the next couple of weeks. Maybe this week.
Oh shit. You gonna go packing? Drones?
Yeah, I'm gonna. But yeah, I think so. I think there's a guy that wants to jump a couple 14ers here, and so then I gotta fucking go. quick.
Containers.
So
Lived in Colorado for 20-something years, never climbed a 14er.
me neither. But here's the cool part: like I won't have to either.
That's
I'll have to
probably-
go to like 12,000,
Yeah,
and I'll
I'll
just
go to-
wait.
I'll go to
for them
12.
up.
I'll go to 12 and fly to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's kind of what I'm gonna do because he's jumping. I'm not going all the way to the top. Fuck that.
Yeah.
But I think there's a crew going out into Uncompahgre, so we'll do some cool shit.
I really want to do painted wall, man.
We'll do that one in the
Real
fall.
bad.
We'll do that one in the fall.
Yeah,
What is
We've
that?
already got the line on it. We got it.
Yeah. It's in the NPS area, so
You guys are fucking smirking so much. It's got to be like the most badass place ever.
No, it's pretty sick,
The
dude.
2,000-foot vertical rock wall.
Fuck.
Yeah. Sounds
Like
sick.
flat face.
Yeah.
Holy shit. You got to boop it. You got to start off with a boop.
You could start off with just throwing the motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you guys ever throw a quad off a cliff or like off anything and try to like arm it? Like I've always wanted to huck one out of a hot air balloon.
Dude, that would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Man, I throwing one out of a hot air balloon is pretty fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Yep, I've seen that. I've seen that in person.
You gotta do it at the same time and see who's man enough to arm it closest to the ground.
You got
Yeah,
so much.
without
You got so much
exploding.
time, dude. No, I did that, Martin. Didn't you know that?
No.
Yeah,
You haven't seen that?
I've had my drones flown out of a hot air balloon and an airplane.
Sick. How was the hot air balloon? Was it just
Pretty
awesome?
chill. Yeah.
Can't hit the sky, so
No, it was fine. It was the biggest thing you have to remember is that if you like when I put it up in the airplane, I plugged it in first on the ground. Because if you don't let that gyro center up, then it won't arm. So like I had him set up to where I told him that he needed to hold it and then look at me in the camera, and then I was just gonna arm it and shut it off so that it would just barely spin the motors. And then once he saw that, he was good. And the reason it worked is because I did that. Because it kept saying gyro or calibration. Like you can't fucking arm it. So he didn't ever throw it until he finally held still long enough that I flipped it and it almost got his fingers. And then he's like, yeah, fuck yeah. And he just wings it off. And then I fucking, it's perfect. But you have to get it calibrated. Because if he'd have just chucked it, if I'd have just said, yeah, dude, just chuck it. Because they forgot the fucking radio.
Here's the footage. Here's the edit.
Yo, just give me the name of the edit.
Yeah,
I'll
put the volume on because I think I think you put me talking shit in there.
Chris,
Didn't you
give me
put
the
me
name of
yelling
the
at
edit.
him about the fucking radios?
My sound card's not.
No, Enoch will do it. Just send it
Yeah.
to him.
Yep. It's just called Hot Air Base.
It's on his,
FPV. See, can you see that?
Yeah.
But I think you got me in there with the audio of me talking shit about them forgetting the fucking radio.
All right. What's your timestamp?
Oh shit.
Doesn't matter. It's only
I got the
Come
phone.
on,
I
3
found
minutes
the
anyway.
phone. Don't worry. Got you, motherfuckers. Oh. Fire. The kings of B-roll, turning a phone into something that's got the sunset.
sunrise.
Sunrise. Had the color though.
he's like, whoa.
It's the funniest I've ever seen him look, dude.
Oh shit.
So sick.
Oh, there's somebody riding that dude.
That looks like 400 feet.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude.
At least, man.
Right there. Right
At
there.
least. That's the minimum, right?
There's probably 400 feet right about there.
Yeah.
Tethered to their leg, I heard.
Dude, I got reported to the FAA last week.
Really?
Yeah.
Or what?
Flying down a city street.
Oh, that one you did. I know which one. I know.
Yeah.
Branson, Missouri.
No, this was here in Pittsburgh. From like I posted on like June 11th, and I didn't get the complaint until like last week. But I got an email and it was like, like it made my stomach drop. Get an email that's like FAA.gov. Hey, we'd like to talk to you about this post if you have a second. And I was like, I don't have a second. I'm in Arkansas with one bar. Can you just email me what you think? But it was super chill. Like the guy was like, it was not critical at all. He was like, hey, we have a possible anonymous illegal flight report. And then I emailed him back and I was like, yeah, it's not illegal because of this, this, and that. And it wasn't like a commercial gig. Let me know if you have any more questions. And he hasn't hit me back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
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 So dumb. But at first I was like, fuck.
Right.
I think that like they're not going to understand what pushback feels like, and they don't know how to push back against pushback because there's no regulations even for that. So
I haven't had that email yet, but I can imagine how shitty I'm going to feel when I get that, because I don't doubt that I'm going to get that fucking email one day.
Yeah, I mean, just explain yourself. Like, that's all I did. I was like, oh, I had a visual observer. I didn't fly over any people.
Yeah, I don't do anything that fucking wild other than just whatever.
But see, like, I got to get the 107 and then get those waivers, because I've got towns hitting me up specifically wanting me to fly the drone and weave it around people during
events. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, I can get it small and then maybe it's legal. I don't know.
If you're under 250, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Is it like that?
Yeah, dude. If you're under 250, you can do a professional gig and you can do whatever the fuck you want.
What's
Time to
squirt ray?
More than that.
More than that.
Way more than that, yeah.
You got to get like a Beta 75 with a DK session on it.
Yep.
Something like that.
Yep. Spoonie's got one. We need to use that fucking thing more.
Oh,
Yeah.
And you can even real steady go that bitch.
Yeah, and I just got one of these things in the mail. A little.
Yeah, Martin would know more about that too.
2.5
totally.
Martin, are you using Real Steady Go, motherfucker?
Dude, all the time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dude,
How did everybody feel about that?
he's been using Real Steady before it was the Go, too.
Dude, I only eat organic FPV.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, only all organic.
Yeah, I mean, I post a lot of raw stuff too when I fly freestyle, like no stabilized. But for me, it was like Air Blaster said it on my podcast. He was like when I go out and film stuff, it's a camera platform.
Totally, man.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
I'm on that page, too, dude.
I think that's like the cutting edge of FPV is the flying camera platform.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what's going down.
And I don't think it takes away, like, having a good tune is still really important. Like, even though you can mask it, it adds confidence to how you fly it if it's tuned well.
Oh,
And the
yeah.
one thing you can't real steady out is like the horizon with throttle control. So you still got to be holding that shit super steady on the throttle if you want it to look good in real in post. But then, like, I mean, I feel like the the true FPV side of that too, because like sometimes I'll see a clip and I'm like, I know this pilot's footage doesn't look like this. You know, like if you guys posted a clip that was real steady, I wouldn't think about it twice. But when it's someone that's been like flying for 2 months and it's like they haven't tuned a quad, like you should still go through the motions of getting your shit dialed.
I feel like it's harder and harder to do those motions because the software is trying to prevent us from having to do those motions. You know what I mean?
Hypersmooth's a weird thing, dude. Hypersmooth, I swear, Hypersmooth predicts the motion it's going. Like if you watch it real carefully, you can see it move before the camera moves. Like I've seen it. Like I'll go down and pick my camera up, and even before I'm touching it, it'll start to move and like go where the camera.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Dude, it's trippy. I've seen it a couple times.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look at that because I've not noticed that one.
You got to get more high before you fly.
Well, I can do that.
Yeah. I don't know if it's possible. Try.
No, but I really think the Real Steady has its place, and like when it's done right, it looks
for sure
so good.
Oh yeah.
When it gets blown out, it's no good. Like the stuff, your stuff there in the Ozarks, that was Real Steady. It was perfect.
Yep. So amazing.
It doesn't look like fucking warp drive. It doesn't look like something insanely done.
Yep. Dude, I think it's great for like long speed ramps. Like say you want to speed ramp, a long shot to make it pass quickly. You don't get that just micro oscillation. It fixes that where it's just
your standstill shot the other day was fucking sick too. And we'll talk about that tomorrow when I fucking come over there because I want to see exactly how you did that one.
Oh, which one?
That standstill shot
at the end.
The ultimate slowdown.
at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
was
told
awesome.
you,
Go to it.
dude. That's the optical flow, dude.
No, I know, but I want to go through it because I like that one.
Yeah,
Like-
that's cool, huh?
Yeah.
This right here.
No, it's on Chris's.
Yeah, it was at the end of my blog.
Yo, Chris, when you speed ramp shit, do you add directional blur?
Sometimes
Okay.
depends on what I'm shooting. Sometimes it kind of washes it out. If I don't do it over the whole thing, I'll do it at the edges of the frame to
Okay.
kind of almost mimic like motion blur on the outside of it.
Yeah. And then with Real Steady Go, like I don't know about you guys, but I turn the smoothness down to like 1 click.
Uh-huh.
I haven't been able to use it because I don't have a 6.
Yep. So I have a Hero 5 that I let my brother take to Europe, but he just got back. So I'm gonna consider getting the Go for that because the 5 Black will do Real Steady Go, pretty sure.
Yeah.
Dude, it's gonna be so funny as everybody starts trying to get their hands on old GoPros, and then the new
They
GoPros.
already are. They already are.
I know, but like they're gonna DRM the next GoPro to make sure Real Steady doesn't work on its footage or something. You're gonna do something.
I'm hoping that they get the 7 working with it.
Man,
but
if they get the 7
by the
working,
time they get the 7 working with it, I'm gonna be on the fucking 8. So
Dude,
It's like a software cracked program though.
that's the only thing it is. The 6 and the 7 I found out have the exact same gyro. It's the firmware that's built in for Hypersmooth that makes it more sensitive. So you can get someone to like jailbreak basically a 7. And I tried the other day, like I tried going into the code of my 7 and like dropping in all this stuff like in the metadata and trying to flash 6 firmware onto it, but I couldn't get it.
no, oh damn.
Because I want that better camera sensor.
Well, what I wonder, dude, is if you had a fucking session on the original firmware, because before their very first update,
I
like
mean the 7.
very first, the 7 was perfect on Hypersmooth.
I didn't know the very first one.
The yaw was all weird.
Yep, that was the yaw. The 6, you're talking about the 6. The 6 was good. The first.
What was the last one on the 6 was good?
No, the first one on the 6 was good, and then it went shitty.
Oh, it started getting worse. That's right.
Remember Kelly like swears by the first Hero 6 firmware.
That's what I have mine on. I just never updated it by chance. Like never knew Real Steady Go was coming out, but I just like I never update anything. Like I'm still on way old firmwares for my quads and shit, and so it just worked out in the end.
The Hero 7 you have to update, otherwise you get that.
Yeah, the 7. Yeah, I got you there. Yeah.
And Hypersmooth is sick for like a quick fix or like if you're just doing it recreationally, but I can't like depend on it cropping for me in the moment. Like I need to be able to crop out. And also for Real Steady Go, I film in 4:3 aspect ratio to give it more vertical. Then it dumps out a 16:9.
Yeah, no, it's really, really intriguing.
Yeah. Super sick. And for those I don't know, did you guys ever deal with the full version of Real Steady? Like,
Nope.
don't do
No,
I've never
I
messed
didn't.
with
it. It's like borderline sadistic.
I'm old school. Like
I'm old school.
you just give me gritty FPV and I'm good.
Let's give some analog.
Like I come from skateboarding, so it's like, just throw yourself through some gaps and shit, and I don't give a fuck about your tune. I mean, there's limits. There's definitely limits, but
Just put VHS static over all your videos.
fuck yes, I would be down with that. I would actually, and I've been trying to push this for a while. I think all the real pilots out there should get together and we'll all put our videos together on a VHS tape and we'll send it around via the mail. What's wrong with that?
You're gonna need to send a VHS player with that also.
I'm fine with that.
Enoch, this is painted wall.
Oh
Dude.
Jesus!
Fucking Narnia.
They're jumping that?
Yeah.
Oh damn! Are they gonna jump from both sides?
That would be sick.
Hug in the middle.
Damn, that spot is insane.
Where is that
That's
at?
That's like what, 2.5 hours from us?
Yeah, that's not far.
Yeah, I might have to catch a plane ticket to Grand Junction and
Yeah, you really should, man. It would be nice to fucking hang out. You weren't too far away from here not
There's
that
so
long ago.
many dope spots like around here. It's like dumb.
Dude,
Well,
it's
he
funny
was-
because we
he
were
was
in the same
also-
state, but it
He was
feels like
also in Aspen like 3 weeks ago.
yeah, like 2 weeks ago I was up there for 4 days. But I was on a pretty tight filming schedule.
Yeah.
And
No,
the one day I wasn't, I was just like getting room service and drinking Jim Beam and shit. It was pretty nice.
had to get back to where you could just relax. I get it.
Yeah, totally. And unlike I still only fly 5-inch. All my rigs are 5-inch rigs.
All I fly is 5 and 5.5. That's it.
5.5 is pretty nice too.
I got to get on that game. It just flies like that Spectrum. I think flies so good in so many different conditions. Just
I
battery.
like my 6-inch Bandolero with 5-inch props. Like that's been my favorite recently. Like just the way it handles and like,
You get that like catamaran feel when you spread the props out like that.
It just feels super locked. Like it still, reacts as fast as I want it to, but it just has lots of authority to just move around and just stop.
Yeah, I mean, you can make movements and you don't like get the body of your quad into your air column that just got disturbed as easily.
But Martin knows how to flow. Like he's got some of the best freestyle out there. If you guys haven't seen like his freestyle videos, that's
Non-steadied.
Nice. Dude,
Thanks,
no,
man.
I fucking love it. Like very locked and professional looking.
Thank you. I just shoot for the 0 corrections. Like don't flinch.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. And that's smooth on the sticks. So
Hey,
on the
have to,
sticks.
man. Yeah, and yours are good.
Thanks, man.
Like you just have to be that way.
Yeah. I love. I don't love tuning. But I enjoy it. Like I just can't have a good time if my quad's not like on rails.
Oh, I hate having to fucking tune something, but when you get it right, it feels pretty good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
And I just never change my shit. I'm like, all right, I got this figured out. I'm just gonna build the same quad over and over and over.
Yeah,
Well,
once it feels good, that's the thing that works. Like that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
We've been calling that nice tuned, like soft, flowy shit. We've been calling it milky style.
Yep.
So
The milky.
Oh, that's a good name, dude.
get
Yeah.
milky, bro.
Yeah, Chris did that one.
I like that a lot.
Chris is the beginning of the milk.
I forgot how that even came about. Like something
I
happened.
missed that day. I think I was in Norway when you did it.
It was at Rocky Mountain, dude.
I think then I made a comment. You were going through the tree gaps that day.
Yeah, Enoch started it.
You started it with your damn tree gaps.
Enoch starts a lot of things.
Enoch named it. But yeah, milk is 2019. Juice is 2018.
I still like that.
Juice has been replaced.
Yes.
The juice is gone.
Unpasteurized goodness.
You can't mix them together. Not good.
No.
So we had to just get rid of the juice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wouldn't mix milk and orange juice at all.
No. Was he using orange juice this whole time? Was that the secret?
That's the stuff that keeps you awake, man.
Oh my God, you can see it in his eyes. Now that I think about it, you can see it in Johnny's eyes. Every time he's like, "Hey guys,
He's all juiced
hey
out.
guys." It's the fucking OJ. He's fucking heavily dosed on vitamin C.
So Martin, explain if you just run 5-inch, do you run like a specific setup throughout, or do you vary your setups a little bit?
So I vary my setups a little bit for all the freestyle stuff and like the quad. I fly 95% of the time. I run a Craft Quads low pro frame. It's super sick. It's a True X 235 millimeters, so pretty big, but I think you get more clean air. Like I like the bigger,
Yeah.
like the bigger footprint. It's not super light. I run 4S and it actually weighs 666 grams, but I like for freestyle like that. I think heavier quads are easier to tune. You get more inertia. And when you have a slightly underpowered quad, I just think you just fly a bit more calculated. You don't have that bigger oh shit handle. You kind of got to think about it more. And then I run 2207, 2400 kV, about to be 2550 kV, because shout out to Emax for sponsoring me. They just sent me a huge care package of shit.
So sick, dude.
And then I run TBS Unify. For freestyle like that, I run all Flight 1 stuff, but on a backdated firmware. Preston's still waiting on those ESCs. It's been a fucking fortnight. And then 4S. And then for filming and like that video you guys saw in the Ozarks, I run an MQC Fusion split with QuadMe 2407 1850 motors on 5S, and then Johnny props all across the board. And I run on that one. I run like the adjustable GoPro mount too, instead of like the 3D printed one.
I got you, so you can really dial it in.
Yeah, exactly. Which, like, you know, chasing those mountain bikers in Aspen was like I was almost had to run 0-degree angle because I was going downhill. You know.
Yep. Totally.
Sure. Yeah, that's pretty much all my setups. And then like I fly, like I have like tiny whoops and shit like that I fly, but that's like when boredom hits heavy, kind of like I got nothing to do. Yeah. And then I should say too, shout out to Rebel, another one of my sponsors. I fly all Rebel batteries.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! There you go.
Yeah, those are great batteries. And TSA loves the high C wrapper. Trust me. Like, what
are
is
these
this?
juice boxes?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking juice boxes all the way.
Yeah. Like when I went to Aspen, I had like 25 batteries on me, and I was like, "Yeah, it's for a drone." And the guy was like, "Do all these plug into one drone?" And I was like, "Nah, but that would be hilarious." It's like an octopus squid of XT60s coming out.
One flight, yo. Yeah. One flight.
Yo, you bump a tree and it's like, fuck, you got danglers, bud.
Yeah, just plug it into parallel boards.
From all directions.
No, you just have to mount them all like that down below and just have them kind of hanging like a little.
Oh yeah, like fucking the floating udders.
That's soft mounting your batteries, yo.
Energy udders.
It's my 360 volt setup. It's pretty quick.
Yeah.
And I run Crossfire on everything, HDOs, LaForge, pretty old school. Like I don't think I'm gonna be switching. Maybe when Fat Shark comes out with their HD unit, I'll take a gander at it, but I'm definitely not dropping like $1,200 on the DJI system.
Yeah.
Well, you cut your range. You have to deal with like other people not being able to share, like watching you while you fly.
It's the V1, you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They fucked up by not adding in,
and it's DJI, so a lot of people are going to buy it no matter what, even if it sucks. People are still going to buy it. You know, I did see what they had, seven hooked up at one time, all running together. That was pretty cool. I didn't know that was a possibility, so that's pretty cool. But I think
they can do more than that, but you still can't share it with anybody.
Yeah, they would have to have
your OSD, like all that shit.
And for those of us that like don't fly just for fun, like if you're doing gigs, like I'm never gonna record that footage off that camera. Like I'm gonna have a GoPro on there, running flat color, all the stuff I like to do that I like need and depend on. So I would have that and a GoPro. And I just like V1, like you said, I trust my system. Like I maybe you just get used to analog, like flying it after so long.
Exactly. Like I don't need that.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I ran into a guy the other day that had a company, and he's like, "Yeah, I was thinking about that HD system." And I was like, well, if you run a GoPro, you can record in 4K. Like, what do you need that HD system for? You can't really see any better. Like, it's the same shit. Just
you could build 2 quads and buy a GoPro for that price.
No, what I know is going to happen, it's already happening. These other companies are coming out with HD VTXs and HD receiver modules. So it started the it started the push, and
this Christmas will be pretty fun.
This is the pressure. This is the pressure we've needed to get Fat Shark to get off their asses, to get all these companies to get off their asses. Finally, they're gonna take down DJI.
If that's all I'm seeing is if it's gonna take 2 antennas on your VTX, I'll put another antenna on my quad to and replace my goggle module.
Yeah.
If it's that easy, I'm down with that.
Totally. And I think it is like, like I don't think it's necessarily going to benefit any of us directly, but I think it's going to benefit the industry, like growing, that people can just like go to Best Buy and get an FPV system. And like, because like over the course of flying, it used to be like, how far can that thing go? Are you spying at me? And then it's transitioned to like, are those the things I've seen on ESPN? And then it's like, I have a friend that does that. And it just like keeps climbing up the ladder of common knowledge. And this is going to be like a huge jump up. Like if you
Totally.
go to Best Buy and see FPV goggles, and then someone sees you at a park flying FPV, the connection is already made.
Yeah.
Yeah. But analog video, bro, at 1990 TV stream.
Dude, just like, and I still want to know how they're doing like low light. You're not going to be getting that great at HD and low light. Like, you can't, you know?
Oh yeah, because it's gonna be all fucking
Well, if it's
Digital.
660 FPS, yeah, it's just going to, I don't know.
we've got to see it. Where are these motherfuckers with the test kits doing the low light?
With the right, you know, FPV cam and a set of HDOs, you could see in the dark, like straight the fuck up, you know?
Yeah.
Why haven't they done a video about that yet?
That's a good point. Someone should. I just watched Temkin's video on it. It's like 30 minutes, and I trust his opinion. But like the one thing I really didn't like about the goggles was he had like a finger gap on like 3 areas.
Yo,
where he had, like-
everybody's been saying
I told Ben he needs to get on making a strap for those things, you know, that makes
he's
them
got to
fit
have a strap that has like a gap filler.
right.
Yeah, like a foam insert or something.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely piss poor design on that part.
Some little wieners on the side that just block.
Yo, hot dog wedges?
Some
Come on.
horse blinders.
2 little hot dog wedges? That's what people need.
Yeah, a bun split in half.
Dude, if you guys don't have the little light blocker things for your inserts for your goggles, you're missing out. You guys have those? They're
No, but I
little
got a fat head.
I
They're little-
snagged them up, but I also still get gaps.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I do not get any light leaks with the little blockers and a 1.5 or 2-inch hot dog strap.
I got an
And then I'll put somebody else's goggles on. I'll be like, oh shit, dude, you got all kinds of light leaks up in this motherfucker.
Yeah, I haven't tried any others since, but I still notice if I face like straight on, but I still got them. But they're way better. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I need to fucking try somebody's on without them now, though, because once you do that shit, it's the same thing. It's like once you use HDOs, you're like, oh, this is fine. And then when you look at something else, you're like, God damn.
Yeah, like I thought the Dom V3s were like so great, and then like I was running the HDOs for a while, and I put Spoonie's Doms back on. I was like, good God, that sucks.
Glaucoma, man. It feels like I have glaucoma.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were a huge, like, I mean, I don't like using the word game changer too much, but those goggles really changed a lot for me. Even though it's like the same, you know, technology, but I just saw so much more. I was like hitting less ghost branches and shit.
Totally,
like that.
dude. You can
Well, that
see.
was all-
see
yeah,
better.
we talked about that when I tried Chris's for the first time because we were kind of in a spot where, and it was still spring. So there's still like dead branches and green branches, but you could see more colors. So it was like, oh, well, there's a fucking dead tree there, or there's this there, or whatever. Like you could just tell that there was something there more.
Yeah.
I noticed the
I
biggest
noticed
difference
the
at
difference.
night. I noticed the biggest difference at night with HDOs. You can see the blacks so much better, and it's
Oh
just,
yeah, we tried it. That was the first time we tried them. Was at Spoonie's house with the Whoop,
yeah.
and I even used mine like with the same camera that I'd been using, and I was like, man, I can fucking see outside.
Yeah.
Like,
And it was
yeah,
the
you can see
same
it better
camera, just
than with
different
your own
goggles.
eyes. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to
Have you
try
got-
them because I'll have to buy a set.
Yeah, well, that's what I did.
I didn't
Yeah.
personally like them at first.
I'm
I didn't really like them.
yeah, let me try them, and then it's like, God damn it.
What I think is kind of cool is I feel like DJI has set the ceiling for the goggles. You know what I mean? The cost
for
ceiling.
now-
And so
for now,
competition
yeah.
is going to have to hit right around there. You know, with
Oh,
their
you mean
HD
cost
shit.
wise.
Yeah. You know,
Okay, yeah.
otherwise, what would they do? Fat
Yep.
Shark would be like $750 for these HDs.
All
Now
right,
that-
I got you. Yep.
Yeah.
so,
So really, all you need with them is like $850. So the goggles and the setup is going to be less than that.
And I feel like, I mean, I don't like spending that much money on anything, but like Vision and Control Link, like those are your two connections.
Yeah.
So if you can get a better one, like I think it's worth it depending on how much you fly and how seriously you take it.
I ordered it.
Did you?
And then I canceled it because I was like, and then I started thinking, I was like, I want my OSD, and
Yeah.
that's not available. Like, and I was just like, I ordered it, and I was like, yep, we'll take that extra, you know, that little step. Like, fucking might as well. And then it was like, but I'm gonna lose my OSD, and then nobody can check anything out. And then I gotta redo all this shit for space, and then I gotta figure out how to power it because it won't run on 5S. Like, okay, never mind. Fucking, I don't want it.
It's too many tasks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And going back to the HDOs,
voltage regulator on 5S.
Yeah. It's super trivial, but I really like having like the pleather face mask instead of the foam. Like it doesn't soak up sweat and it gets greasy on a hot day, but it also doesn't just like saturate like the foam does.
Yeah.
I love it. Once you break it in, it's the best one, dude.
It forms your face too.
You have to break it in though. When you first get it, they suck. I tried it. Chris tried it. He doesn't even use it, I don't think.
Yeah, I do now.
Do you now?
Yep.
Because I tried it at first and I was like, nah, dude, there's so many light holes and all this bullshit. But after about a month or even less, it was like, I didn't even notice it. And now it's like so soft.
Yeah, just formed up to your face.
It doesn't show any wear. Like it's not torn. It's not cracked. It's not.
Yeah, I was blowing through the foam inserts like every 2-3 months. I'd have to get a new one.
Peels off and
gets all compressed.
I got those is like a leather goggle cover, and it was way better. Way better.
I think is that the new Fat Shark one, or did you get it from somewhere?
I don't know. It was before Fat Shark did it.
Oh,
okay. I can't. Now you got me saying it. I'm not gonna say it. It was a game changer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think will be a game changer is
change the game.
An HD system, like say a VTX. I would pay like $150 for like a badass HD VTX and $150 for a goggle module or something. But I don't think I could pay much more than that.
I mean, that would be ridiculous. How many people are going to be blocked out of FPV because of that? Because what I see is
it'll make the other shit cheap.
Non-interaction between HD systems and non-HD systems is like we live in a social world of sports where like we all get together and what you're looking at John's video when you guys are flying, right?
Yep.
And that's a big fucking deal. And then all of a sudden, like you guys both have to go to the same system.
Well, how much does a rapid fire cost? $150.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like two people got to go to the same system. Then you're gonna all hang out. You're gonna do the Junktown Get Down. Now all of a sudden,
you gotta have different receivers, different timing systems.
But you got the HD fucking upper class, and then the fucking analog fiefdom.
Put your goggles on and watch the revolution.
I'm an analog surf.
We're just analog players in a digital world, you guys.
Yeah. Have you guys ever flown a 3D FPV system?
Yes.
Dude, mind fuck.
Yep.
Super mind fuck.
Zoe should be here, but
did you fly Zoe's, Chris?
No.
No, I mean like 3D video.
Yeah, no, he's talking about
video.
Like 3D video, not 3D.
Yeah, Pat had a.
When did you do that one?
Pat had a 3D setup. Pat did, yeah. He had the Sky Zone. Yeah, he had the Sky Zone, so you could do, like different VTX channel in each eye.
Oh, dude, yeah. It's so wild. Like the only place I ever did it was on a Tiny Whoop at Tiny Whoop HQ through all those
really?
tunnels.
No, I did it on a 5-inch. It was wild.
Yeah, and it was like same thing happened to me. Like I flew a Connex one time, like 3 years ago, and I wasn't even like flying. I was just like looking at a tree and going around it, like checking out the environment. It was the same effect. I was like, oh, I can like turn around myself and like see around myself and shit. It's so wild.
Yeah,
that's wild.
No, but it would be cool to like, have a module or something and like one quad that, say you want to go, and really just get close to shit. Maybe not even going that fast, just going in for shots, so you can just really tell what's going on.
Yeah, like a whoop one.
Yeah, like
that would be. I've never taken it like flying down a mountain and getting like 3D like backdrops and shit would be probably trippy.
Oh man.
I'd never have flown that.
Someone needs the 3D GoPros on a drone. Has anyone done that?
No.
No, like 2 side by sides. You know how they do it like on snowmobiles and shit?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Dude, the Fusions are cheap now. I was at Best Buy the other day. They're like
$299.
Yeah, $400.
They're fixing to fucking cut something free, you can tell.
Yeah, and the 8's coming. We got like a month or two till the 8 drops. It's gonna be like GoPro, iPhone, you know, the usual.
Right about harvest time.
Yeah. Yeah, right about. I'm curious to see like how the 8 handles like for FPV, you know. I mean, it's such a small part of GoPro's market. It's not like
But they have started to really kind of bring out that stuff.
They
They
just
have.
dropped their FPV.
They have a hashtag now. They have a like different sections and.
Well, you know, like the DJI dropped the action cam, and now they're dropping the FPV shit. You know, so GoPro's aware of FPV. They have to be. You know.
Has anybody flown the Osmo Action?
Chris did.
No.
No.
I thought you did that.
Not the little.
Oh, that's right. You flew the fucking little handheld one.
Yeah.
Yo.
Gimbal.
Okay, so think about this. GoPro has like a corner on the FPV market, sort of, for all the output of all of our fucking material, essentially.
They completely do.
Yeah, but like I think like you have DJI is big enough, they could just hit up Real Steady, do a deal, then all they just set it up so that Real Steady is working with all the DJI shit.
I think that's I mean, I'd be curious to see if it goes, but they have like their own Rock Steady or whatever. And I saw it in a comment thread. Robert McIntosh was saying like the reason like he can do it with GoPro is because their gyro data is like opened up in the metadata of the file. And he was like, I'll accept the Osmo Action if they open up their metadata so I can get to the gyro data. Because you could still Real Steady, like old school Real Steady Osmo clips, but it's going to be like a 22-hour render, you know, not 12 minutes or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they set up something that streamlines that, then
that'd be super sick.
That's what's
it
up.
Looks great. Like in all the non-FPV like reviews I've seen from like Peter McKinnon and all the heavy hitters, like it looks great.
Well, that's the thing is like, what's the functionality?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do like the front-facing LCD screen.
Not for FPV, you know. Like,
yeah.
It'd be great
it's
for
really
you know
good for
just
just a handheld camera.
Totally.
Yeah, dude, and I use my iPhone 10 a lot. Like like that review video I did, I shot on an iPhone 10 and I just downloaded some, like there's an app called the Moment app. It's the guy that make all the lenses for iPhones, but you can do like control your shutter speed on your iPhone and your frame rate and your ISO, and it lets you have all this manual control over your phone. And it looks, I mean, like it's not DSLR good, but it looks better than a GoPro, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you can do it. I you know, I wanted. I was telling Spoonie that I want to challenge myself. I have an iPhone 6, but it still takes decent video. I'm gonna try and do a little edit with my iPhone and see how good I can make it look. You know, because I have a little handheld gimbal that I can.
For Instagram, super dope. For YouTube, middle dope.
Middle dope.
Yeah.
No, it'll be just a little personal challenge. But I'm a firm believer. It's not what you're shooting with; it's what you're shooting.
Totally. And FPV kind of like takes you away from that because it's all this like gear in your face all the time. But really, like, even if I got like a 1DX, it'd take me like a year and a half to get sick with it, you know?
Yeah, for real, dude.
Yeah. Twisted Tea?
Twisted Tea.
Oh yeah, I'm also on the Twisted Tea. Fuck.
Who's got that one?
Summertime. I drink like Twisted Tea during the summer, and it's fun.
You're getting your gears twisted over there.
Brandy during the winter, boys.
We're gonna grab a beer. I'll be right back.
Right on.
We eat during the summer and we eat during the winter.
Yeah, blunts on blunts on blunts on blunts.
I had a blue moon today, Chris.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, man.
How was it? Was it pretty good?
Good. It was good.
Was it in a chilled glass?
It was refreshing. No, probably not chilled, but
No.
I'll show you what I got. I got a little earlier today. It's pretty fucking good.
Oh yeah, you can pull up the get down video too whenever we need some filler shit. Square printing weed eater string.
Where'd you put it? Is it on the?
Oh, it's on the Drone Co. YouTube channel.
Okay.
I went out and flew my that Fox Ear Box 2 today.
How was it?
I haven't looked at all the footage yet. Not on my
Does it
computer.
give you pretty good battery or not?
No.
But I've been recently.
No.
I've recently seen that the battery's like kind of the weak point, but I think
I think the app is the weak point.
Oh yeah.
The app sucks, and there's nothing you can do to this thing other than push 2 buttons. You have to use the app for everything, and half the app is just I don't even know how to use it. So.
Oh, I forgot you said that it's all ran through that phone.
So you got to turn every time you want to do something. You got to turn the Wi-Fi on in the camera. You got to turn the Wi-Fi on the phone and try to find the camera and do all that bullshit. I just want to hit a button and start recording and fly.
Right? That's all you want to do. You want to get into the action.
That's a slogan.
Get right in.
You want to be a hero.
You want to be a hero.
Be a hero, guys.
I think Martin and I had the same thought, but I didn't get anything out in time.
Yeah.
I was like, that sounds like somebody's fucking logo. Who is it?
Dude, or what you got to do is you just get
It's somebody big, I think.
Yeah, it seems familiar. Or I don't know, like with camera settings, like I just have different GoPros with different settings that are just locked to the same thing, and then I'll just grab the one.
GoPro.
Yeah, I usually have 2 on 2 different ways, just depending on how I feel like it's going.
Yeah, and I can just grab whichever one I need and ND up, whatever I think. I'm like, where's the sun at? How's this look? All right. You guys run expensive ND filters? Like, do you run the Polar Pros or do you slide? Yeah.
I do.
Worth it?
I think so, man. But it seems like every time I order from them, I've had issues. But like, get them, they're fine. Like the first time they sent me filters, they sent me the other filters, the ones that just press on. And so then I like sent them an email and they're like, oh, sorry, here you go. And they sent me the right ones. They're like, just keep those other ones. We don't give a fuck. I'm like, you're just trying to get rid of shit or what? And then I ordered some the other day because I had crashed a couple times, scratched a couple. And I was like, well, I better get a couple more. And they showed up and they have like little ball bearings and springs on the back of them that are like recessed in, but it gives that tension on the GoPro.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a rubber O-ring. I mean, they have one that you can put in there, but I don't even usually use it. It's only for if it's going to be wet. So the bearings were like missing out of the back. And I'm like, they were in the case, like with the filter, like rolling around.
Oh, no.
Rolling around.
What the fuck? Like, so I hit them up and they're like, no, it's cool. We'll send you some new ones. Just keep those ones. And I'm like, you guys just send me junk so that I can get rid of it for you or what?
Some dude over there just like doesn't want to do any more in his job. He's like, yeah, fuck it. I'll just send you some more.
But the filters, and they changed their coating on the lenses like 6 months ago, and they're way fucking better now.
Okay.
That's good.
They used to kind of have like a green coating. Now it's more of a red.
I remember you showing me that.
It holds up better. It doesn't, and if it gets a little scratched, it still works fine. And then they're using aluminum housings. It's like a sharper cut aluminum. It looks a lot better. But their filters they're $30 a piece. So it just depends on what you're doing. Like I'm not freestyling with a fucking Polar Pro on.
Yeah, I use the Tellison ones for freestyle, like the 3 for $20 or whatever. I
don't even put one on. Like I probably should, but I don't.
Yeah.
I did in the beginning, and it's like, fuck, dude. Now I'm just scratching the shit out of this one and
all the time.
Yeah.
Or like for me, if I crash hard, like tumble it, they pop off, and then I'm just out there in the field, like looking for a little square. And I use the Freewell ones on the shoot, but I fucking shattered one just putting it on the GoPro. Like I pressed it on.
Out? The plastic breaks?
It didn't even break it. Like I just literally the glass just like I was about to go up. I was like, all right, this is like NDA. This is what I need. And they were like, all right, 2 minutes. And I pressed it on and I just the whole thing.
My least favorite thing to do is having to fucking work when it's like sunrise or sunset, when you're like worried about every 5 minutes is different.
Yeah, or like if you like, I don't know about you guys run on GoPros, but I run my ISO locked at 100 basically no matter what, which makes for the best footage. But if you're like in some dense ass woods and you're flying out into a field, it's on like a bright sunny day, it's so hard to gauge what ND you should have on because you might not see shit in the woods. or it's going to be blown out in said field.
Yeah.
Enoch, I sent the link to the message chat.
Oh, I got it queued up. I'm just waiting.
Yeah. All
right, guys, we got a video queued up. So, Martin, I don't know if you knew, we got a big event that just went down. Chris Spooney and John hosted it. It's one of the best events.
I think my invite got lost in the mail or something. I don't know, but I heard about it. I'm just fucking with you.
Well, we got
You were too busy.
Next year we'll ask FlyLife to sponsor it.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Well, one of many sponsors. I think everybody tried to sponsor this thing.
You guys should try to get like American Spirit and Jewel. Or
Hell yeah, dude. Bud Light, dude.
Yeah.
There you go.
I bet we could get a Bud Light sponsor next year.
Easily you can get beer sponsors. They're fucking so easy. Local breweries want to be there.
They want to be there.
Fuck yeah. All right, so here's a rundown or the recap. Let's
Might have switched screens, Enoch. Or maybe I'm locked. No,
he's good.
You're good. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot.
Welcome to the Junktown Get Down 2019. We've got Virgin in the air. Let's go check it out.
That was Ben's turtle mode thing. He put a bottle on his fucking quad.
Is that fucking Ben from Tinywood Ben?
No, that was Tinywood Ben was there too, but
dude, I love that kid.
Ben Hot Dog Ben was there.
Okay.
Come out to Junction for the Drums in the Desert, Martin.
Dude, I totally will, man. I'm free as America now.
Dude, that's coming up.
Last weekend of the month, dude.
Of August?
Yeah.
I can't. I am on the road again for.
That's Sparky on the spot.
Yep.
There he is.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Anybody?
Hold on. I'm going back.
Awesome. I just came out.
What's up?
No problem. Well, Sparky, how was the journey here, dude?
It was awesome. I had a good time. Everything was on time and quick.
Fuck yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Anybody?
Yo, Sparky reports on the spot for us all the time.
I do not like it when we stray. Hold me tight and it's okay. Into the unknown. I preach the world's what we made.
How many people got into that cliff?
Me and John.
That's it? What? All right. Next year, the goal has to be everybody's got to prepare for the cliff.
Not many people fly mountains, dude. That's what I
I'm
learned.
telling you, what they got to do is step it up.
My last flight, when everybody had left, was like both bowls all the way around.
You know, John knows the quick way to get it.
Everybody was on one side or the other, and I was like, well, why not go both? Like,
Yeah.
fuck. It was fucking awesome, though, man. Everybody did badass. Like, nobody
Nobody crashed on the mountain.
crashed. Like, a couple of people had to walk a little ways, and that's it.
Walking's not bad. They didn't have to climb.
Right?
You had to fucking really go hunt for anything.
One dude fucking, the video's coming up here in a second. A dude almost fucking loses his shit on the side of this mountain. He like tries to do this dumb Maddie flip into the mountain.
Dude, look at in the goggles getting B-roll. This guy.
Yeah.
Off the fucking cliff.
Dude,
I don't know how he survived that.
that was 8 of 9 lives used up right there.
Right? That's exactly what happened.
And then he didn't even really fly back very quick.
No, he was like cruising around. I'm like, dude, you better check your shit. And looking at the fucking footage, you can hear the prop.
You give it like a roll, and you're like, nah, I'm good.
It'll buff. If anything's gonna happen, it's gonna happen out there. We're good.
Right?
Yeah.
Fuck it. That's it. Like, if I go to an event like this, there's sacrificial quads.
The problem out there is I was worried if anybody crashed, they'd start a goddamn fire.
Oh, yeah, right?
It was hot as fuck, dude. I'm impressed. Like, we probably had at the most, like, what, 20, maybe between 15 and 20 people out there.
Yeah.
And that's pretty fucking sweet to pull people out into the fucking heat at like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Totally.
So they were pretty badasses. Like, everybody did fucking great.
Hell yeah. Dude, hold on. We got a fucking this just in. This just in.
Do we have a Sparky on the spot?
I'm pretty sure this is a Sparky on the spot, possibly. If it fucking opens.
Favorite shot of the whole edit right there.
The hot dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah. With Ben?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is when John goes through this fucking little invisible gate that he doesn't see.
I wish I'd have got a goddamn picture of the gate. I'm gonna. Like, I'll see them again. They're in Denver. But I want to fucking get... I don't know, dude. There couldn't have been any room. You could see where I decided to do it. And it just worked out.
Right? Yo, but boom. Yes, it's Sparky. On the spot. On the spot. Wait, what is it? This is a cannabis beer review?
Yep.
All right.
You brought one.
On the spot, I'm going to do a quick review here. Saria Brewing. We have a THC beer containing approximately 5 milligrams of THC. I'm looking for an alcohol content.
You just hear the quads.
Probably should have done that a second ago.
Oh, dude. It's fucking with us.
That was probably me flying around.
White ale. Oh, de-alcoholized. So it's only cannabis. De-alcoholized. Oh, we got a cinnamon over here.
That's interesting.
That is me.
Cheers.
Oh, that is me.
No.
I think, anyway. I'm not sure.
Those things sound so appealing.
Yep. That is John.
Is it?
Donnie!
Dude, Donnie rode a train from Michigan to get here.
Right? Donnie is a
train?
fucking
That's
trooper.
right.
Donnie just decided to join the Sparky in the spot. Donnie, I'm trying out. Donnie, I have some very, very exciting news.
There's Crispy on his bike.
Saria First Release Brewing is a de-alcoholized cannabis beer, my friend. A de-alcoholized.
I can taste that.
Really? Would you like to
I would
take a
love
little
to taste
sample
that.
of this?
If it is non-alcoholic, I am down.
That's what I read right there.
Okay,
Because I
I'm
was
ready
looking
to.
for an alcohol content, and I do not see one at all.
Well,
5
you know what?
milligrams of THC for the whole bottle makes it pretty light.
I know a couple guys that go to a group and they still drink non-alcoholic beers.
There we go. There we go. Let's see here. Smells delicious. There we go. Right there. You're in the shot.
Now, is this from here in Colorado?
Yeah, Colorado brewed. Luxie.
It smells like
Brought
beer.
that from the. It doesn't taste like beer. It has a really light taste to it. Luxie brought that from a dispensary right by
I'm
his
just double
place there.
checking,
Yeah,
you
of
know.
course, of course.
I'm not seeing no alcohol content labeled anywhere.
Yeah, in fact, dealcoholized. It doesn't taste like beer to me. Let me get another
To me,
sip.
it tastes like beer.
Really?
Yeah, because
Really?
I haven't drank in
It just
8
tastes
years.
tastes like beer.
Yeah,
What would you say? What would besides like beer? What else?
like
does it
I
taste
could
like?
drink those and be cool with it. Like if it doesn't give me no buzz, I can see myself taking these for.
Well, it should give you a THC buzz. Maybe my taste bud, my palate is not clean, but
dude,
it tastes like a
I'm
beer.
gonna
huh?
look into this.
I drink a lot of beer.
Johnny's sold.
Like I really.
Except those are what, $20 each?
Yo, look at his
No,
hand. It
They're
says
probably
Johnny.
pretty ridiculous.
And then I expected
That's
here,
not bad for non.
right in here, we have a label saying exactly how much THC is in this.
Dude, that's
And
like
there's no limit or there's no showing of alcohol, which I would expect both
I don't know
controlled
now, like,
substances to be listed immediately on this.
Dude, Enoch, did I show you
kind of what you're consuming?
Lexi?
Show you how to make a simple Wi-Fi based.
What you got for us? Oh yeah, I need to see this Luxie video.
Non-alcoholic beer is kind of like eating out your sister.
No, this
It,
is
it tastes the same, but it's just not right.
no. Look what. So Lexi knows that I like the Blue Moon, so we hooked it up with this special edition.
That's sweet.
Ooh.
Ooh, fancy.
Thanks again, Lux.
Yo, so you're definitely doing it again next year, right?
I think we have to, dude.
Yeah. Are you gonna move to a bigger venue or the same
I
venue?
know. I think we're gonna do it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The smaller the venue, the more poppin' it'll look.
We had so much extra room. Like we didn't even fill up the campground like halfway.
Oh
You-
wow.
You guys said you're doing it, the Drones in the Desert, the last weekend of this month.
Yeah.
Yeah, if my gig that I have where I'm supposed to go to Utah falls through, I just looked at plane tickets and I could totally make that happen.
Yeah, man. It's 2 days. We're gonna be doing. It's a multi-GP global qualifier, but we're gonna be doing other shit. There's like raffle going on, and we're gonna be setting up like LED lights on the gates so we can hit them at night. And
Yeah. Kid, someone pick me up from the airport and give
Oh,
me
yeah.
a crash.
oh yeah,
Sick.
always.
Couch surf my way out to Grand Junction. I just looked at trains too. That looks fucking like from Kansas City to Grand Junction. It's 33 hours.
Woo!
Yeah, versus like a 2-hour flight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trains are way cheaper though.
But it's
Yeah.
the journey.
It's the journey. With the train, it's the journey.
Yeah.
Not
I've done the
TSA.
train a couple times.
It's not
but
about the destination.
I've done the train a couple times, but not across that far. Like I've done Salt Lake to Denver to pick up bikes and shit, but
I've done mad trains in Europe, but never in the US. Like I had a
they
Eurail.
suck in the fucking US. And I've done a couple in Europe just recently, and I can say that they fucking suck.
Yeah. Well, Europe trains are like, I mean, that's like a normal way of transportation. Here, it's like, someone that rode a train? That's crazy.
We just had a guy get hit by the Amtrak a couple days ago here.
Damn,
That's,
dude.
that's like
He was
Darwinism.
driving his Honda Odyssey down the tracks. And
Yeah, that's how it happens.
The Amtrak hit him at like 75 miles an hour.
Dude, just
Yeah.
leveled it.
You're not gonna win that fucking fight. No way.
It didn't
Yeah.
kill him. He's in the hospital.
What?
What?
He got
Yeah.
ejected. It
That's like the
cut the
only
car
time you
in half.
want to be ejected.
Yeah.
It's
If he
like,
had had a seatbelt on, he'd been flattened.
Yeah. Jeez,
Dunkin'
man.
Donuts every day paid off. Finally, bounced right off the fucking train. Hell yeah. Yo, so what's it like making podcasts?
Yeah.
It's pretty chill, man. Like I'm just myself and a guest. Like, so I hosted the Spun podcast for a while with Kidder and Wiz and then Randy, and like they kind of rotated around, and like I edited all the audio and dealt with that, which was kind of a bitch dealing with like multiple internet connections. Like this is different because it's live, but like doing the post-production thing is kind of a bitch. But my podcast is super chill because it's just a conversation. It takes me like 15 minutes to edit, so I don't get burnt out on it. Really, the hardest part is like staying creative with guests because I try to like rotate in like, okay, a racer, a freestyle pilot, someone
You have the
cinematic.
best guests, dude. You have the best guests. Whenever I see, like, I'm like, damn, he just keeps getting better and better and better. Like, I don't think you can get better, but you just keep doing
Yeah,
it.
like thanks, man. And like Air Blaster, I hit him up when I first started. And he was like, "No, I'm good." And then 6 months later, he was like, "All right, I'll do the show." Like he hit me up. I was like, "Hell yeah!"
Because he's probably seen you, like you're not going anywhere, so.
Yeah. So that part, like, it's super chill. I really enjoy it. It's opened up a lot of avenues, like the EMAX sponsorship and stuff like that all came through having the podcast, and it just like opens up a lot of avenues. The parts that suck is people's opinions. Like, no offense to my listeners, like for the most part, they're all good, but like some people just want to talk about what they think, like in the comments of the podcast. And I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then going to 2 episodes a week, which I kind of skimped on these last 2 weeks because I was traveling. That part's been a bit more tough just because like it shouldn't be that much more. Like the whole thing, like an episode takes me like 3 hours to record and post. But now going to 2, it's just like, it's just double the work, booking more people, trying to stay creative. And I might go back to 1 here in the future. But yeah, like overall, it's pretty sick. I really enjoy it. And I enjoy just having a conversation. Like I write down like a few points I want to cover, but then I just Joe Rogan the shit out of it and go with it, pour a glass of whiskey and roll.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It was also easier when I could blaze back in the day. Dude, my flying changed when I stopped blazing.
Right, dude?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think happened?
Yeah, I'm just not as relaxed. Like I get more aggressive. Like my lines aren't quite as flowy. Like I got to like do some breathing exercises or like just be in the right mind state to like really hit that milky flow.
I have to be right in the middle, dude. Right in the middle.
Said it though. He said that milky flow. So
yeah, right when you get in the middle, it's perfect.
Yeah, and like when I used to blaze, my packs, like my edits would always come from like packs like 6 to 10, somewhere in there, and now they always come from like 2 to 4. Like it's just because I get greedy over time as I fly a spot, like by like the 12th pack, I'm just doing shit hoping I make it, and on the first pack, I'm like feeling it out. So it kind of just like shifted that gauge forward to where I'm like more relaxed. Then I get super used to a spot and I just start getting greedy with it. I'm like, yeah, my quad could make it through that gap. I'll try it.
Hell yeah. You got to just chuck it through the gap. If the quad didn't survive, it's because it was too fucking weak.
Yeah. And it, dude, when you do make it through the gap or whatever, like lately I've really been into like flying tree gaps, like just like through tree branches, like find some random hole in like in between a couple trees and just do like a nose flick through it. Like that's been my jam. But I will say that like, so I can't, or I mean, I could if I wanted to, I guess, but I haven't been blazing. So that changed. But then also moving to a new place with whole different types of like trees and vegetation is super nice. Cause
it's way different out there, dude.
Yeah, like just so much more deciduous forest. It's humid, which sucks for a lot of stuff, but it makes it just like a lot more green and teeming with life and shit like that. And there's just not as many people. Like there's this park I go fly to that's like 8 miles away. That's like the sickest park I've ever been to fly, and I have yet to ever see anybody else there. And like
I got one for you. If you've been kind of roughing it out there a little bit and getting out, how are the fucking ticks for you there, dude?
Oh, bro! I got my first take at the beginning of the summer. I only had
ticks are bad, dude.
Fuck ticks.
I've only had one living out here. I do pretty good with bug spray. Like I keep it with all my FPV shit, and every time I go fly, I bug spray out. But when I went up to Michigan in June for a commercial gig, in a week I got like 12 ticks.
Dude.
Yeah.
When I was in Nebraska, dude, they were fucking rampant. Like, if you just like, they would like skydive out of the fucking trees on top of you.
Yeah,
dude. And at first, I was all like heebie-jeebies about them, and now it just like pisses me off.
Yeah, they suck because you have to find them.
Yeah, and sometimes you'll find them later. Like you'll be like in the bathroom taking a dump, and you look at your calf, and you're like, "Oh shit."
Oh, he's been there a couple days.
Yeah,
yeah. Those are the worst ones, dude.
This one's cultivating some mass. He's getting pretty big. Like, yeah,
he's got a moon, folks.
Yeah, but yeah, dude. Back to it, but dude, podcasting is sick, man. It's like, it's super chill. I really enjoy it. And like I've had 2 of you guys on here.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome, dude. Like it's so great how you know how to talk to everybody.
Alcohol. No, I'm just kidding.
There it is. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I could do it on alcohol. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I get like I've never. I mean, I learned on Spun. I went on a rant one time about Maddie stunts, and we had to edit that part out.
Stunts. I could tell you some Maddie stunts. So
yeah. But what was the other fucking thing I was gonna say? I forget. Too far gone.
Too far gone.
Too far gone.
Fucking.
That's what I was worried about when I did your podcast. Because
don't get too faded.
A little bit like too fucked up, maybe. How did this go?
I think that's the thing too, is like you always think you are. Like sometimes I'll.
Oh no! When I watched it the next day, dude, I was like, "Fuck, that was awesome."
Yeah, exactly. Like I
could be proud to be part of that. I was thinking, "Oh God, this is gonna be a disaster."
Yeah, it's like just sounds like you're fucking about to get a DUI, like on cops kind of person talking. Like I haven't been drinking at all, officer. Like, but yeah, I keep it to like a chill level of drinking, but it definitely helps a little bit too, especially if I have a guest. Like most people I pick, I can like get a vibe in the first 10 minutes, but some people in the first 10 minutes are super weird, and then after 30 minutes they just like open up. It's really interesting.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I think people too, like I look at it super critically, but like you just said, like how you felt about it, like my guests think about it critically too, and like maybe overthink it and are a bit rigid.
Well, I've never fucking done anything like it, and most people probably haven't.
No,
I've been on the radio a couple times, and I think that might have helped me a little bit.
Maybe, yeah.
And you play music for people, like you know.
Yeah, I speak on stage, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Yeah.
So Enoch, am I a mod, or can you make me a mod to the chat so I can post links? Because I think dude's trying to find a video, and I tried to post a link, but I'm not sure if it showed up.
How many people we got watching?
Right now it's like bouncing around 18 and 20.
Yeah, John, did you post a link?
Yeah.
Because it didn't show up either. Yeah, I don't think either of us are mods.
Oh, okay, cool.
Do you guys record and post them too?
Yeah, MK.
They post after we're done.
Cool.
Post the get down link from UFDA.
Just have him go to Drunk
Yeah,
Club.
I'll do the get down link. Give me a second.
Yeah, we got you, sir.
Well, 'cause I skipped I skipped the second episode this week because I did this today. Last night I was a guest on the Drone to 1K podcast for the Drone Launch Academy. So I'm just gonna post those as like outlets, and then tomorrow I got Code Red on. And that'll
Hell
be
yeah, dude.
Episode.
Dude, Cody's cool. He just started ripping a bandolero.
Yeah, Cody's super fun, dude. I had an interesting driving experience with him at Tiny Whoop Invitational of driving down a three-way head-on lane. But what about you guys? What kind of guests or like people I haven't had on, like what would you want to see as listeners?
Ooh, that's hard, man. You've got all the good dudes.
Yeah, it seems like every week you've got.
I was saying, like, you just keep like getting like, what did he had Stingy on not too long ago?
Yeah, Stingy, dude, and Stingy's webcam was A7 III. I like when he turned on his video, I was like, holy shit. Yeah.
I could see your hairs, dude.
Yeah, you get like a depth of field and everything too.
Yeah.
Like John, yours is pretty good too.
Yeah, I was gonna say John's is like the best we got.
Yeah.
I'm using my Canon, but it's like true bullshit. Like it's not that great, but it's better than my webcam's like way too wide, dude. Like you can see like I don't know. Like I'm in the garage and it feels like you can see the neighbor's yard. Like it doesn't even make any sense.
Well, now you got OBS, you can crop it and everything.
That's true, but it still sucks for like clarity.
Yeah, you might as well have the best camera.
John just needs to hang some green screen behind him, and he'll be all set.
I'll do that one of these times for sure.
Hell yeah.
I need to get into posting the video part because I want to do like like Rogan and all the major podcasts, like they cut up snippets, like, and honestly, I want to be like
that would be cool, dude. Is to see like the video side, like exactly like you're saying, like little like like pieces to kind of promote the radio side.
Yeah, and I think it's like, and then on YouTube, you get better SEO. Like I can be like Steel talks about Rotor Riot and make it like the little 8-minute segment that we talked about, and just break each episode up into like these highlight clips that I can then also post. And it's just more content, but also more work dealing with video and shit like that. But probably headed that direction because August 22nd is my 1-year anniversary of it.
There you go.
The show. How long you guys been doing this?
This is going on maybe 2 years now.
2 years
into the second year. Yeah.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yep.
And
we've had a bunch of the big guys on. Tommy is coming on to answer for saying my name wrong.
Yeah.
Dude, tell him to DM me back when he comes on.
He takes about
hard to get a hold of.
It takes about 3 weeks to a month and a half to get back to you on anything.
Yeah, dude, Stiggy took like 2 months, and then out of the blue, he was like, "Hey, man."
Yeah, I mean, it's like the fact that they got back burners that are that deep.
I can't imagine how many DMs they get. Like, I get so many DMs about like literally every time. What are your GoPro settings? Like, that's my number one DM.
Bro, what are your GoPro settings?
Yeah,
I'm like, it's just auto, bro.
It's called Hero 7.
Yeah.
I don't think I've even got any of those.
My playground proximity video, like I didn't do anything special, I just dropped the LUT, dropped it to 50%, and
make my edits and quick stories. It's chill.
Yeah, somebody was like, "What GoPro were you running? It looks so good." I was like, "Really? Really? Oh, this is 7."
Yeah.
What up, baby?
OGL in the house.
Yeah, I want to get Tommy on. I mean, I'd love to get Johnny on someday, and he said he was down for it, but that was like before
he blew up.
Yeah, before the Will Smith thing.
Yeah.
You see that in the news, and you're like, "God damn!"
Yeah,
right.
Son of a bitch. He's gone. Yeah. Trappy got back to me super quick. I was surprised about that because I had dinner with Trappy in Hawaii at Drone Worlds like 2 years ago, and I was working for a company and I had a really bad falling out with. So I always assumed like I was on his shit list, I was like, all right, I think I'm finally getting big. Like I can reach out to him. It's big enough. And he hit me back right away. I was like, damn, okay. He is human.
Don't get Chad Nowak because you'll get banned from YouTube.
Yeah, we got banned from YouTube with Chad Nowak.
It was because we were promoting a non-existent GoPro.
Well,
it was the nipples.
Yeah,
it was probably
we did the whole show.
Sure.
I mean, I could just bring it up. Sure, I've got it. Somewhere.
Ready for a vacation?
So what was it? It was a RunCam 5 versus Session 6 review.
Something like that.
Great.
And it was just Chad Nowak fucking like rubbing his nipples and dancing with his shirt off.
That's fucking hilarious.
Find it. Okay.
And it got UFDA channel banned for 6 months? Yeah.
Dude, it was
And it was this to Airwolf. Hold
Yeah.
on, we can do it. Let me just get it going.
As long as we don't post the Session 6 in the title.
This is the pinnacle.
Dude, Enoch got stickers made of this.
We got stickers. He's wearing a fucking
space helmet.
Space suit helmet.
sticker on my goggles.
Hell yeah.
That's great.
And then Steel got topless too.
Can't fast forward this.
That's why you got banned, because you made it take so long.
There it goes.
You guys like appeal the ban?
They bring the hips in.
For real, for 6 months.
You gotta bring the hips in, folks.
And the booty slapping.
I want to know if Stingy's got anything that could beat this. That's what I want to know, folks. I don't think so. Look at that. We gotta reorient. Wash it. All right. So that got us banned off the YouTube one.
We'll see y'all in February. We'll see y'all in February.
But the title of the video was Run Cam 5 versus Session 6. Review.
Yeah, they called it deceptive marketing. And we thought it was
like it's a satire, bro.
Yeah, it was just a fucking what's it called? A fucking oh my god, I'm blanking here.
Blank.
I'm blanking hard. What the fuck do you call it?
I do that a lot.
When you just show people that video of the fucking guy doing the song. Rickroll. It was a Rickroll. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I sent that into them, and they're like, "Nah, fuck off."
Dude, I mean, YouTube's a weird place. Like, none of us, like, are big enough, like, I think, to really matter on YouTube. Steel's getting up there, but, like, a lot of the non-FPV YouTubers that I follow are all starting, like, out of YouTube businesses.
I'll show you how to make it simple.
I don't want to be dependent on YouTube.
I think you definitely also have the issue I run into, or that notice, is YouTube in general doesn't know how to classify FPV videos. And like, how are you going to label your video? YouTube doesn't know how to classify that. Then you're going to start your video and you're fucking just flying and there's some music and YouTube's algorithm's like, all right, what's this video? Because I couldn't tell from what they labeled the headline, you know? And then it's like, I don't know what the video is. I'm going to rank it as garbage and I'm not going to recommend it to anybody. And I feel like the algorithm's kind of like been throwing all like FPV videos to the side because it can't understand what they are.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And like you see it too. Like, I mean, Steel and like Johnny, they get pretty good with like, not clickbaity, but it's definitely like on that realm of like, it tells you what's going to happen in the title versus just being like air blasters, which like get a lot of views, but it's just like, whatever, like Moab 2, or like people like label their video like flow state, and YouTube's just like, I don't know what to do with this.
But you want that to be the name of the fucking video because it deserves a cool name.
Yeah, which is like, so now I realize I just put like a colon, with a description part and like colon FPV whatever. So it's like the title I want, and then also 5-inch.
But so you've only achieved partial algorithm success.
I mean, not even close.
The algorithm is how much does the video describe or represent the title?
Yeah, none at all. And like my highest viewed video on my channel is a review of a Traxxas UDR scale RC truck. So
easy to categorize.
I can
you
see
that
that
to a robot, it knows what to do.
Yeah. What do you guys all think about like the state of the FPV space, like social media wise? Like, do you think it's pretty fucked right now? Do you think it's good? Like, what's your vibe?
Seems like lots of people are getting angry about stuff.
Yeah, and like John, like I don't know how you're not like one of the highest viewed YouTube channels.
That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying.
Dude, the Norway video of the two.
I know. What the
crazy,
fuck?
Dude? Like when I saw that and like I saw how many views about it, like I was. Like, I can't imagine how you feel. Like, I'd be fucking pissed.
I'm fucking happy, dude. What do I care? I was there.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to look at it. But, like, don't you ever wonder, like, why is
I don't.
Those? No?
Mm-mm.
Dude,
I do.
It's
because like I'm having fun. Like I got to work with some badass fuckers this week, and it's just I'm known by the people that I want to be known by, and I love that. Like
he's known by the other people, not the FPV community. He's known by like the base jumping community.
That's what matters.
And I think too, like to Chris's point, it's a good thing too, because if you like do exactly what you want to do and you do it for a long time, then you'll end up doing what you want to do and you'll get what you want out of it. Versus
dude.
A lot of people like I think try to like create videos for like what's hopping right now, and then that's gonna fade, and then they don't know what to do. Whereas like you're making shit that you just love to do, and it's fucking epic, dude. Like,
yeah, you don't want to do things that you think people like. Like, fucking do what you want to do. If you like doing what people like, then fucking I'm all for it. But if you just like doing shit, do it. Fucking who cares? That's why I want to do more shit with Chris, because I can get like a better view of like what I like to do, and he's fucking good at it. And then we can get out and do some badass shit. Like, it's just,
hell yeah.
Just enjoy what you do. Like, who gives a fuck about anything else?
I just want to film cool shit.
Yeah, and Chris, were you into like video gear and shit like that and editing before FPV?
Not
Marginally,
really.
yeah.
I've always had a camera growing up. I've always had a camera, whether it be like a shitty little, video camera that I would take out, ride dirt bikes or whatever, messing around. I always had a camera around, but I never really like took it seriously until, I started throwing movies together for FPV, and then Copper Top came down and visited me one time, and he had a DSLR, and he let me like play with it while he was flying, and it was like,
you unlocked the beast.
Yeah, I was like, oh fuck, now I'm in it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Started watching Peter McKinnon videos,
Yeah, dude. And do you think it also like makes FPV more fresh for you at all times because you have like another avenue of creativity attached to it?
A lot of my videos on my channel aren't FPV,
Yeah.
It's sometimes it's just, video shit, or Premiere tutorials or whatever.
Do those rank pretty high? Like, do you get more views on that than your FPV stuff? Less.
Some, yeah. A couple of them will, are fairly higher, double or whatever. But I think what's my top video? I think it's my GoPro video of the white Hero Dusk or whatever. It's because like I saw it and they didn't talk about the release date, but I saw it on the shelf and I kind of like went down there and I asked when they were going to release it, and I like had the first video up of it, and I think that was key. It was more of an experiment. I needed to replace my GoPro. Might as well do a little video when there's not this GoPro on YouTube yet.
That's just good timing.
Get that good SEO.
Yeah.
I think that like the whole idea of YouTube as a metric though is kind of piss poor, especially as like the adpocalypses have wiped out YouTube's ability to like find content that people actually want to see. It's kind of like saying, I'm scared of all this content I can't categorize, and I want to give you just mainstream shit that the advertisers are 100% sure they want to have their stuff on. And as YouTube went that direction, I think it became less and less relevant. I mean, it's awesome for us to put our videos there and share them all. But like thinking like, oh, a video didn't have a lot of views or like a channel doesn't have a lot of views, that doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, for me, like my favorite platform is still Instagram. Like I just love like the 1 minute. There's no ads in your video. Like there's ads in your feed.
There you go. Yeah. John kills the Instagram game, dude. She's good at Instagram.
Yeah. And now like I just like I make like 1 minute edits and end up putting them on YouTube. But really, when I made it, I was thinking of Instagram.
Right, dude. Like it is easier to do all this shit for sure.
Well, because how many people are you trying to watch their content? I gotta like.
Once you start really hustling, it's hard to fucking do anything.
I know. I gotta like grab like a few people and just track them, and everybody else kind of falls behind. It's like the people close to us, everybody in the UFDA chat, try to watch all your videos.
Well, that's why I really try and go through like at least one social media spot to like catch up on what people have been doing, because it's hard, dude. Like you're fucking busy. So it's just the way it is.
Yeah, and I also unfollowed like a shit ton of FPV people. No offense to the people that notice, but like I follow like you guys, people that inspire me, people that make sick content. But otherwise, I try to follow like outside of industry stuff that inspires me, like people in other realms, like skiers, cinematographers. Because like I rarely look at like most people's FPV footage, and I'm like, oh shit, I need to do that. Because in my mind, I'm like, okay, that's already been done. But I'll watch like a Daniel Schiffer tutorial or something and be like, oh shit, I should add directional blur to my speed ramps, and just think of these little things. that add
Yeah, I
to it.
started doing speed or blurring during speed ramps a while ago, and it depends on the edits, but sometimes I'll use it and sometimes I won't, a lot
Depends
of
on like the length of it too, the speed ramp.
yeah, totally, and depends on the mood you have, depends on the song, like it depends on if you're trying to keep it nice and crispy, but you got to do it right too, too long or too short and it doesn't look real.
Yeah. And I think that too, like, not to like downplay the FPV spectrum, but I think some people take it too seriously, like John, you're doing some of the sickest shit out there and you're like, oh, I don't care. I'm just doing what I love. There's people out there not doing sick shit that are like, this is literally the most important thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
I've never done anything sick in my life. I've never had social media.
That. Like you can tell.
Yeah, but like it just gives people like a false sense of grandeur, I think.
Maybe, absolutely. But like I can also tell when people like doing what they're doing.
Oh yeah, that's true too. But like you were saying, Chris, like there's a lot of people spewing a lot of hate. Like the people spewing the hate, I'm rarely ever like see their video and I'm like, yo, that's epic.
Yeah, exactly. No, those are the people.
Like, yeah. Sometimes I'll find a kid though that's got like 87 followers, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, how come I've never heard of him? Like someone that really loves to do it. But some people, just like, I don't know, man. They just spew the hate, spew the opinion. Like I always try to add the disclaimer when I talk about my setups or what I think about tuning. That I'm like, this is what works for me. It's not like the goal.
You have to say that.
Yeah, it's not like the golden rule
Right.
of like how it should be. And some people don't. They're like, well, Oscar Lang's blog said it's this way, so I'm gonna say it's this way.
Joshua Bardwell told me this.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, have you ever seen Josh Bardwell shred a quad? Me neither. Like, it's a weird place.
Yeah.
And a lot of we're trying to reach like paid gigs, which are going to be paid not by FPV people. So I think we're all looking out like out of industry more so.
Like I love my squirt, dude. Like I use that thing so much, just weird random little things that like I was flying around the trees the other day and I couldn't believe how much fun it was, Everybody's out there trying to go like pull the craziest freestyle. Like I do freestyle to kind of like, it's fun. But like
I let Kit FPV came and visited me this last week, and he broke my bandolero in the very first 30 seconds he flew it. So he grabbed my squirt, and I couldn't get it away from him. He just kept running back to my car and getting batteries. It's like, fucking fly.
Dude, they're awesome to fucking fly.
Dude, it's just a different perspective. Like, and I feel like it helps my freestyle. It makes my stick input better. Like when I fly my squirt, I try to be as smooth as hell, and then I grab my 5-inch, and it's like those same stick movements translate over.
That's why I try and do, like I race, I do mid range, I do freestyle, I do, squirt stuff. It all helps each other, like it really does.
Totally. I still need to do a race someday, man. The only race I've ever done is a Tiny Whip Invitational, and after the first 2 laps, I was like, I'm just gonna drink beer and hang out.
Dude, if you make it out to Drones in the Desert at the end of the month, it will be cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll race full on freestyle rig because I don't know how to race.
Yeah, absolutely.
All I'm doing, dude, I'm racing a bandolero with a fucking GoPro on it.
Yeah. Speaking of your guys' setups, is Rich really shutting up shop at the end of the year?
I don't know. He said that earlier, but I don't know if he still is or not.
Yeah, redacted. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Nobody's heard anything more on it since he said it. So maybe not.
He's just put MB to the side. He's just doing his, his family and his work, I think.
Slinging those pesticides.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping that he started the whole thing so that he could put shit together for the people that were there around.
And he's a rad ass guy,
so he's
man.
Still gonna I don't think he's ever gonna not have motors and frames. Like he might just kind of slow down on shit, but the whole reason that everything he did was started was to fucking have, like, he was just the guy that started the store that had the shit cut so that people could fly cool shit.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's ever going to change that.
Yeah.
In like I hung out with him for a day last year, and like the first 10 minutes of meeting him, we're driving by a flying spot, and he's like, "Oh shit, look at that! I got pre-cum coming out of my dick. That spot looks so sick." And I was just like, "Oh my god!"
Super fucking wild to talk. Sure. You wouldn't expect any of the shit he says.
Yeah.
No, dude, such a cool guy.
Yeah, and it kind of sucked that the mid-range community kind of split down the middle there.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by that? Like,
there's been some hassles. There's been some hassles around all that shit as of the last 3-4 months. But
Like,
I don't think Richard's ever going to change. I think he's going to do what he wants to do, and hopefully he does what he started to do, and just let everybody, fly. If he doesn't care, like he flies it, so he could give a fuck. Like if you want it, fly it. If you don't fly it.
And people were split about it, like hating on his product or something.
Yeah.
So like his Epic frame, has the GoPro down below or whatever, and this FR7 frame came out.
Well, they got an FR10 and an FR4 and an FR7 and a
and basically it kind of caused a little bit of waves, and it really split the mid-range community. Richard changed. It used to be mid-range mountain surfing, and then it went to multi-copters, mid-range mountain surfing, and then the other guys created mid-range mountain surfing again. It was lots of drama, and then
inside baseball drama.
Yeah, and then like the FR is debatably means fuck Richard.
Yeah.
So just lots of weird little drama that's unnecessary.
And it's like growing pains of FPV too. Like.
But it's all like grown ass men. It's not kids.
That's the funny part, dude. It's like, it's not the people on Fortnite. It's fucking people that like walk the streets and drive right next to you.
Yeah. Saying it's a weird place, man. It's a weird place.
But the best thing to do is just do what you want to do. Like fucking have your
whatever
shit.
You gotta do to keep a smile on your face,
Yeah.
Totally. Absolutely.
Well, shit. What are you guys doing this week? You got anything planned? What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, I'm gonna probably go backpacking this weekend.
Spoonie's out of
how many
town,
batteries I can take, seeing how many people jump off cliffs, like shit like that.
Chris is like, I've only got one camera angle. I'm taking a vacation.
If you're gonna kill my batteries, better be getting some cool shit when you're doing it.
Nah, they won't. I'm not killing any batteries anymore. Fucking that one is rough on them though, dude. Holy cow.
I bet you will kill another battery in your life, John.
Oh, I will. Kyle will be back, man. We'll go do some cool shit with Kyle.
Yeah, dude. I'm down to go kill some batteries with him.
I'm just gonna kick it, go fly. I got a huge job interview on Thursday that I'm stressing about, and then I'm gonna go rip.
Oh, don't be stressed, dude. It's that confidence. It's that relaxation.
Yeah, I gotta like wear a suit for the first time in years and shit.
Man,
it'd be intense.
You're trying to move up in the world.
Yeah, I mean, it's still flying full time, but it's like data flying all the time.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
they make you wear a suit when you fly, though.
No, that'd actually be pretty badass. I feel like people would not come up to me and question shit if I was wearing a suit flying.
Right? Dude, speaking of which, and I told Chris this is the funniest thing. Because I really haven't done any fucking work with the Mavic or any of that bullshit. Like, I haven't really done any work anyway. Like, I'm a lazy piece of shit, whatever. But if you fly FPV, you go out and people come up to you. And even when I was flying the wing, like, nobody gives a fuck. They're like, oh, what's going on? And then they check it out and they're like, man, it's fucking badass. And then the moment you fly something that sounds like a fucking drone and it looks like a DJI,
what are you doing
my
here?
buddy asked me to come. He's like, come do this little job. It'll be like, just check it out. See if you want to do this shit, whatever. We do the job. And I take off and I'm just like crossing the fucking road and I'm going to this house. And the guy's like, is that your fucking drone? And I'm like, what the fuck?
No,
dude?
it's the other guy
like,
with the radio in his
like,
hand.
someone's going to shoot it down. And it's like, man, where the fuck am I? Like, I've not been.
Right.
Go ahead, I guess. Like, fuck, dude. I mean.
Dude, you got to get one of those FAA vests on Amazon that says.
I have one. I have one.
Yeah, I rock that shit. Not all the time, but like I wear it here and there.
I wear it to bed, dude.
There it is, right?
With my quads on my bed every night.
We need one that just says missing persons assist team.
Yeah. Just make up some acronym, 3-letter agency. Right. You could just put UFDA.
That's it. That's all we need.
Yeah.
UFDA on or on a yellow vest.
And then get one of those like
I want a UFDA certified
dude.
pilot.
Let's do it. Yeah, the UFDA yellow mess is gonna happen.
It's gotta say Parmesan approved. No, but it makes it cursive so you can barely read it. So it'd be like,
Martin, we've got a couple things we gotta tell you about. So first is right here. We've got thick earth. We believe in thick earth around here. It's so thick. It's got 3 C's. It's collecting C's over time.
This is fucking great.
So, like, yeah, we want to know your opinion on thick earth.
I mean, I like fat asses, so I'm gonna approve.
Is thick earth confirmed?
Can you confirm it?
It's thick.
I mean, yeah, it's not flat, man.
It's like I eat ribs, but I also do squats thick.
All right. So confirmed. And the other thing we do around here is we Parmesan approve stuff.
Yeah.
Let me pull up some Parmesan.
So you know how like real true Parmesan's only from a certain part of the world?
Yeah, yeah.
It's got to be approved.
Yeah.
Like champagne.
This is definitely some Parmesan right here. Where is it? Okay.
One time, me and John went out to the desert and strapped a Parmesan can to the top of my quad.
Yeah, true story.
He did a punch out of like.
Dude, is that Uncle Buck? Is that from Uncle Buck?
Uncle Buck.
I love that movie.
We approve things via the Parmesan. It's like UFDA CREW's seal of approval. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this motherfucking seal.
Look, it's on my race quad.
Oh yeah, that's so sick, dude.
We got mad stickers. Where is this fucking seal? I have an actual picture of a seal, and it's approving shit. And oh, got it. Boom.
The seal.
The seal of approval.
Dude, that's great.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
John being all legit, Mr. RC, and then it's just got Parmesan approved right next to it.
Yeah.
We also got the Orca guys. They said that they're going to Parmesan approve their goggles. We'll see if they follow through.
Dude, what is the deal with those goggles? Are they like, has anybody flown them? Are they good? Has anybody seen anybody with them?
I see they're a small company that's not going to get to market in time before they're obsolete, probably. Right?
Yeah. We've seen it happen before.
Yeah.
There's the Chad sticker on John's patch.
Oh, hell yeah.
On his dinner plate.
Oh, yeah, that's
He's like a big antenna to be able to fit that.
Dude, he could
the biggest antenna.
He could legit eat his meal off of it.
Fuck yes.
Hey, if you got to go far, man.
Yeah. Do it right.
Go far.
Do it in style. True RC.
That would be such an epic vlog. You're like,
True RC should freaking sponsor us.
Yeah, they should sponsor me.
They should sponsor John for sure.
Dude, John has to be doing the most out of anybody. He needs to be sponsored by everybody.
He needs a TBS sponsorship too. Like
TBS,
I don't understand how
True
he's not.
RC.
I was fucking with him today. Hopefully that's funny shit. But
yeah, I mean, I can see that kind of like fits your flying too. Like looking
totally
at
does.
TBS's quiver of pilots.
dude, it's fucking. That's the only reason that I do anything that I'm doing. Like when I first got it, I fucking said, I'm like, holy shit, this is like every time I've flown line of sight, airplanes, all that shit, all I want to do is just fly farther away. And then when you start flying quads with Spectrum, like you're fucking limited.
Yep.
When you're flying a airplane, like Spectrum's a shit, and you can get out you can get out as far as you can see it. And then you fly a damn fucking drone and it falls out like halfway. You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then when I finally got it, it was game on, dude. It's like, how far can we go? And it's constantly, how far can you go?
That's another quote game changer. Was like the day I switched to Crossfire was like, oh shit. And like just the trust and the link now, you know, like the only time I ever doubted is like low to the ground far away, never in the mountains or anything.
Dude, I flew out, you know, what, a mile out over the ocean. You know, I never would have done that on 2.4, you know.
Never.
I've had a few where
kamikaze flight on 2.4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one way.
I've watched fail safes at like a mile out and been able to bring them back and just setting everything right and getting everything set up right. And then still every once in a while, there's going to be some problems, but I've seen shit fucking fail safe out at a mile and I've lost shit out at a mile.
If anybody's new to Crossfire, make sure your shit's on 915, not 868.
Dude, did you have to switch it?
And if you go to fucking Norway, don't take a fucking 915 antenna. My fucking True RC is a 915 antenna.
Yeah, I learned that when I went to the
on
last
868.
year. Yep, I never even thought about it going there, and then I was like, I fail safe like a couple 100 yards across the park, and then I like got me thinking about it. And I was like, oh shit.
I flew the whole time without fail safing, but I watched the RSSI like fucked me a few times.
Yeah.
Yo.
Like I did some where I was a long fucking ways away, and I just watched it drop like it'll get down into 30s, and I'm like, fuck, I don't know. And I got all the way home, and I'm like, oh fuck, I've got a tuned antenna.
Do you
and I switched?
When you fail safe, do you do like the classic hold the radio over your head and you catch it back?
If it's fail safe's too long, I do.
Yeah, that's always gotten it back.
We talked about that last week, actually.
Yeah, you just hold the radio up over your head,
yeah,
on a car real quick. Yeah.
No, typically my fail safes are like automated. So if it goes past the first stage, then yeah, I'm like shitting a brick and fucking hold my radio up.
Yep.
But most of the time I'm like, it'll be back.
It'll come back. It'll buff.
It'll come out.
Yeah.
Yo.
What's the highest you ever run your Crossfire at on wattage? You ever go up to 1 watt?
I've done 2 watts, but there's no need for it. Now I only run max 500.
Yeah, I only run 5 too.
Yeah, right.
I've done it like in the beginning thinking it might help, and I think it actually hurts a lot.
Why is my radio making dubstep noises when I fly?
Right?
Right. Yeah. No, dude, max is like it's like around the park's 100, and then when I do anything else, it's 500.
You all of a sudden lose all your belly hair.
When I was in Norway, and I was having like signal issues, I bumped it up to 1 watt.
Yeah. How fast was your Tyrannus battery dying, or did you have an external?
No, I run an external one.
Yeah, I ran like extra lead. I have a 3S Lumineer battery in my radio, and I ran leads out the back door so I can just plug it into the external port if I ever have to. But I never.
Yeah, I run a 2200 3S on the back just so that the radio doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah,
and then it does. What is it? I mean, it would run it on 1 watt for like 9 hours straight, maybe 10.
Yeah, that's good. That's a
so
good
you're good. Like I can make it like 4 or 5 days on that battery easy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you guys shut your shit down in between? Like if you're sessioning flying, like do you just leave your radio on and your goggles on, or do you like shut down and power up every time?
I take the goggles because of the DVR and I shut it off, and then the Crossfire just for everything has a limit on how long it runs with electricity. So yeah. I just unplug it.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same. But the main thing to focus on here is pretty much this right here.
It's sometime in the future.
Look at, they got the 1 wheels. They anticipated 1 wheels back in the day.
Crossfire.
How many of those balls got lost on the floor?
I never saw that game, dude.
What? You never saw that game?
No. And that doesn't make any sense because I'm not any younger than you are, really.
The game was amazing. My cousin had it.
How old are you, Michael?
I was like, I'm like 36.
Yeah, I'm 35, dude. Like, I don't remember that game. But I grew up on the West Coast, too.
Yeah. Oh, man. No,
back where Hardee's is Carl's Jr. I grew up.
We didn't have it. It was my Michigan cousins. I went to Michigan and they just had this game Crossfire, and I was like, this is the greatest game ever made. And then I think I saw the commercial and I was sold after the commercial.
Dude, the Hardee's Carl's Jr. thing, it's weird.
Dude, when you cross from Colorado to Kansas, it changes.
Yeah. Like I would have loved to be at the pitch meeting for that.
Yeah, dude. That's the trip. When you go past Kansas, it's Hardee's. There's no Carl's Jr. It's just Hardee's.
It's the same.
There used to be Hardee's over here, and then it changed to Carl's Jr. But just to Kansas. Kansas is like, nah, get the fuck out.
Yeah, we have Hardee's.
Yeah, Hardee's.
Hardee's and Runza. Nebraska's got Hardee's and Runza.
Right. Oh,
Over here, and they replaced all that with Five Guys.
There's a Runza right up the street from Tiny Whoop HQ. Only one I've ever been to.
Really?
Yeah.
They crept their way into Denver, huh?
Yep. And then like Denver always had like the every 3 years hoax that In-N-Out was coming. Like every 3 years there'd be a post somewhere that's like In-N-Out is coming to Denver, and then everybody was like it never came. Fucking Chris, how old are you, man?
28.
28. Fuck yeah.
Man, I'm the old guy. I'm 39.
It's not even that old, man.
Get out of this group. We need Tack in here because Tack's like 100.
I think Martin's only like what, 31, 2?
29.
Damn it.
Yep. 1990. Dude, but it's crazy now. Like I meet people and they're like, yeah, like drinking age, you could be born in 2000 coming up.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, like driver's license kids.
You're like,
what? Shit. You're like, no. Yeah.
I remember my first computer, I had to put a line in that was like, it was like, I don't know, fucking 150 digits just to get the fucking game to play.
You're fucking old. No, I'm just kidding.
It's crazy. We've come a long ways. We
and
fly
I'm also
robots with our eyes.
I'm super jealous of kids that get to fly robots with their eyes in high school and like shit like that. Like
Right?
if I could go
Sure,
like
dude.
home from school and go shred FPV, bro. Oh,
I
man.
just hope that they do something good with it.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's the new generation, so we'll see. But
The problem is, like, I hit up it was a homeschooling organization around here, and they have kids there every day, and they're just looking for shit to teach them. And I was like, I've got extra drone parts. I've got extra shit. We can put them together, a little drone thing. I'll teach them how to solder, all this stuff. They're like, nah. No, thank you.
I'm just gonna go play my iPad. That sounds better.
It's just, I think it's too vertically integrated. You have to learn too much stuff.
Yeah, and you gotta like be an inherent tinker. You gotta like to tinker with shit, at least to some level.
It's like a difficulty filter.
Yeah, and some kids like I think like kids these days just have like overstimulated childhoods with technology. Because like I have two 11-year-old cousins, and I showed them FPV and like took them for a flight, and they were like, "Yeah, it's pretty cool." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me? It's the coolest shit in the world," you know? And they're like, "Nah, I'm just gonna go play on my smartphone because I have that in middle school." So I'm like, "What?"
Like maybe like my whole childhood, I was training my brain on releasing dopamine from skateboard videos. I just like watch the skate video and then like get amped off of that and then go do something. And it's
like sub 10, I would like go dig a hole and fill it with sticks in my free time. Like just stupid shit. Like, you know, like no, like PlayStation 1 was just barely coming out. Like just N64 wasn't out yet. Like it was just different. Now a kid can like play PUBG on their phone.
I had Nintendo when it was just coming out.
Oh.
That shit was dope.
Yeah,
Grew up
Nintendo 84.
Yeah, dude. And then you think about like video games now versus then, it's just like holy shit.
Right?
Yeah.
And
I still like it. I think it's fucking badass.
Yeah.
I had Atari.
That's sick.
Oh,
That's the one that I missed Atari, but I got Nintendo.
No, mine was the Commodore 64 was my first one. It was fucked. You had the floppy disks.
Well, we only had like 3 fucking TV channels, dude. So like Nintendo was pretty sweet.
Hold that antenna sideways so we can get that sports game.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember having 3 fucking TV channels.
If they had the internet back then, imagine how many channels people would have unlocked by coming up with the different shaped foil antenna things.
Yeah.
They would have unlocked all of the different shapes.
Get that
Would've gone so
TV
quick.
antenna.
Yep. Speaking of, but Yo, so we've already pushed out like 2 hours. Let's call it for tonight.
Yeah.
Word. Should we
You
just
guys out there
cut it
in
while Chris is
YouTube
gone? So when he comes back, everyone's just gone.
We should do that.
We'll all speak here, but
Oh,
everybody else will be gone.
what up, Chris? We were conspiring to all leave before you got back.
Now we're gonna pull out Irish exit.
Oh man, I forgot. That's how Chris leaves every time. That would have been hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Just everybody's gone.
Yeah, just come back to the computer and everyone's pieced out. Yeah, I'm down to call it. It's been a good run.
Thanks for coming on with us.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. This was super fun and a completely different, like, refreshing platform to be on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we
call
don't
ourselves a shit show for nothing.
Yeah, you mentioned that when I was like, I can't make it, and so, and you were like, dude, it's the shit show. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We didn't even really get drunk, so next time you'll have to come on and we'll all get really drunk together.
Yeah, next time I come on, let's do like a drinking game, go shot for shot or something.
Oh yeah.
We'll watch a still video, and every time he talks about himself, we'll have to drink.
Yeah. Every time he makes like a noise that isn't a word, you got to take a shot.
Or every time he does some kind of Rubik's Cube formation in his trick patterns.
Yeah.
Every time that his mom comes out from the door behind him.
Mom!
I told you not to come in my room when I'm vacuuming.
Yeah.
Oh man. we like busted and saved that video when it happened, and then we had him on the show the next week. We did like a whole episode on it, and then the next week he came on.
And then he stayed late.
He's a fucking
too.
trooper,
Yeah.
though, dude.
We did like 3 hours. He was cool as fuck.
Super cool, man. Love that.
Yeah, he fell asleep on the shit show.
Yeah. And he does have god level thumbs. Like, you know, his style might not be up some people's alley, but that dude can rip a fucking quad.
Yeah, there's no shit about that.
Yeah. Hands down, bar none. But yeah, dudes, thanks. I really appreciate it. And totally down to do this some other time. I'm down to drink on a Tuesday anytime.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Best day
thank
to
you
do
to
it.
all the viewers. Sorry we didn't really talk to you guys too much. Martin's a very interesting person, so we had a lot to talk about. But thank you all for watching.
Hell yeah. We'll catch you next week, folks.
Peace.